All right, today we're going to tackle one of the biggest buzzwords out there, passive income. But what if that whole side hustle culture, selling courses, drop shipping, what if it's actually the thing holding you back from what you could be earning? Let's get real and just look at the math, because for a lot of people, it really doesn't add up.
This quote, this just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's a huge wake-up call for so many talented professionals out there. You're being told to go chase these little low-margin dreams when you're already sitting on an incredibly valuable skill. When you see it like that, you realize the math is completely upside down.
You know the story we've all been sold, that true freedom is making money while you sleep. But the reality? Well, for so many people, it's just this frustrating, complex trap. You're suddenly managing messy supply chains, you're totally at the mercy of some platform's algorithm, and at the end of the day, you're just working way harder for way less. Come on, that's not freedom. That's just a second, really stressful job.
So, what's the alternative? Well, it's about focusing on what we'll call your active logic. This is your special sauce. It's your expertise, your unique way of solving tough problems. And here's the secret most people miss. There is a massive global shortage of top-tier contractors who have this. You're being encouraged to trade your most valuable asset for a dream that, honestly, often never even pays off.
Okay, let's just get real and look at the actual numbers here. The average passive income hustle, it takes about 2 years to hit a stable $5,000 a month in profit. 2 whole years. Now, with what's called a high-fidelity contract, basically a project that uses the skills you already have, you can land a single client and hit that same monthly income, often in less than 24 hours. The opportunity cost is just staggering when you see it laid out like this. You really have to understand the true cost of this stuff. You're dealing with these ventures that are super slow to profit and have razor-thin margins. Your whole business model is fragile. One little algorithm change from Google or Amazon and poof, you could be wiped out overnight. You end up wasting what's called your freedom premium. That's your precious time and energy at building a total house of cards.
And this just perfectly sums it up. If you're spending half your day answering emails about broken products or refund requests for a $10 course, have you really built a passive income stream, or did you just become a really stressed, underpaid customer service rep for your own business?
Okay. Enough doom and gloom about the problem. Let's talk about the solution. It's time to stop all the guesswork and start thinking like a high-end consultant. It's time for a pivot, a data-driven pivot.
Right, so instead of building from scratch and just hoping something will sell, the strategy here is to work backwards. You reverse engineer your income goals. What you need to be doing is calculating what your existing skills, your active logic, are actually worth. It's a simple shift, but it takes you from guessing to knowing.
So let's throw out a number, a big one, $250,000 a year. Now, for a lot of us, that probably sounds like a mountain to climb, especially if you're stuck in the mindset of trying to sell a $20 ebook.
But here's the magic. Watch this. To hit that $250,000 goal, you just need a day rate of about $1,200. And for specialists in fields like, say, software development, or marketing strategy, or financial consulting, that's not some crazy pie-in-the-sky number. That's just the market rate. And this really boils down to one simple, kind of brutal question you have to ask yourself. Why are you pouring hundreds of hours into creating a cheap product that might sell a few copies when you could sell a single day of your time for over $1,000? The math just doesn't work.
But look, it's not just about earning more money. That's only half the story. We need to talk about building effective wealth. Because at the end of the day, the true measure of financial freedom isn't what's on your gross income line. It's what you actually get to keep.
Just look at this. This slide shows you everything. It's all about jurisdiction logic. Look at that difference. Just by shifting your home base as a high-value contractor from a high-tax place to a super tax-efficient hub like Dubai, you can generate an instant gain of $20,000, maybe $30,000 a year. That is truly passive income. And get this, you didn't have to sell one extra product. You didn't have to find one extra client. Okay, so once you're making this kind of high-value income, you have got to protect it. Absolutely. Before you sign any big contract, you can use modern tools, even AI, to audit it. You make sure your intellectual property stays yours and that you're totally protected legally. This isn't some optional step. This is about securing the entire foundation of this whole new model. So let's wrap this up into a super simple, actionable path forward. First, you test any business idea against this high-fidelity model. Is it actually worth your time? Second, you benchmark what your expertise is really worth with an actual day rate.
No more guessing. And third, you simulate what your global net wealth could look like, optimizing not just for income, but for what you actually keep. So, I want to leave you with this one last question, and it's a big one. Your time, your energy, your expertise, that's your freedom premium. Is the path you're on right now respecting it? Or is it all just being wasted on low-margin, high-complexity stuff? The data suggests that it might be time for a pivot.